So about this kid Cam Evans.
Top ranked in his position coming out of high school, but the question all colleges are asking is, will he be reliable?
I mean, as you know, he was in jail right before his senior season in high school.
So Cam Evans recently just signed to BYU, and I'm glad someone is giving this kid a chance.
Okay, so I'll admit it, I had my doubts, but this kid is remarkable. He just can't be stopped.
Another BYU win, and another great performance by no other than Cam Evans.
Is he good? Yes. But should he win the Heisman Trophy? Hey, I'm not too sold on that one.
After a great season and winning the Heisman Trophy, Cam Evans says that he will be transferring to another college to continue his football career.
News came in that Cam Evans has now transferred to the University of Southern California.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to my second season, man. Hey, I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I do got a lot in store, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Y'all gonna want to stay tuned for this one. And if y'all haven't already, go ahead and check out my first season. I got it all in one video. See, I ain't gotta scroll through and find the different episodes and everything. Go ahead and hit where that arrow is, and then come back to this video. And as y'all can see from the intro, I did end up transferring to USC, and I let y'all know I was gonna transfer at the end of the first season. Now, I know y'all ready to see me play, but a lot done happened between the first season and my second season, so I'm gonna catch y'all up to speed first. Alright, so boom, as y'all could probably guess, me winning all these awards and trophies, including the Heisman as a freshman that was doubted, led me to gain a lot of notoriety, gaining over 150,000 on the ground, featuring me in a couple of interviews and a few podcasts. And with my name being the hot topic, I was able to strike a few NIL deals, one of them being for a sports drink and the other being for a fast food spot. And of course, during that off season, I was putting that work in, knowing I'm gonna go up against harder competition, and I'm trying to win that Heisman back to back. And I was even able to get some workouts in with the top receivers in the league like A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Justin Jefferson. So I definitely feel like I'm ahead of the game, and I'm just ready to go out there and prove it. And now that everybody's caught up, and hopefully I went to go watch the first season, it's time to hop into the first game, and let's get it. Alright, so first game of the season, and my first game at USC, we going up against Hawaii. And I pick up my first reception early in the game with a gain of 22. Oh yeah, and we gonna be rocking some new uniforms that y'all ain't even seen yet. Late in the first quarter, I pick up my second catch and snag us that first down real quick. So me and Caleb Williams catch the defense snoozing on this play. I know I gotta make that house call, picking up my first touchdown at USC. And with that, I tie the game up 7-7. 3 minutes into the second quarter, I stick to my route and make this nice toe tap grab for my second touchdown of the night. But wait, there's more. See a gap in the defense, and so does Caleb Williams throwing a bomb to get me into the end zone once again. Me training with those NFL receivers is starting to show off. I'm way more of a threat than I was my freshman year. And I can already tell the QB got trust in me throwing this in the triple coverage. I'm able to come down with it, picking up a gain of 20. Instead of sticking to my route on this play, I break off, and I end up grabbing not 1, 2, or 3, but 4 touchdowns in my first game of the season. 4 minutes in the fourth quarter, I stick to this go route, the defense comes up, which leaves me wide open, allowing me to pick up my 5th touchdown of the game. With that, I already broke a school record for most receiving touchdowns in a single game. So of course we end up walking away with that dub. Your boy went player of the game, walking away with a crazy stat line. And I'm trying to carry that momentum into the next game. Second game, we going up against Washington State. I get my first reception breaking off my route and picking up a gain of 14. A minute left in the first, I end up breaking away from my defender, making a cut inside, spinning out of a tackle, and picking up that first down. Later that same drive, I end up finding an open spot and picking up a gain of 20. Started the second, I finally get my first touchdown of the game, breaking in, and the QB finds me in the end zone. Instead of coming back on this route, I decided to keep going. That decision paid off as he threw a dot, and now I'm making the house call. Picking up my second touchdown and putting this up 13-0 over Washington State. Now I might have had too much momentum going. I make a bad call for the ball, and it ends up getting intercepted, but I do make that tackle. And these are the minor things I'm gonna have to fix if I want to make it to the next level. I end up picking up another decent amount of yards, breaking off this go route and picking up 24. Now this play we get an easy one because the DB wasn't set, so I take off for the end zone, adding another 6 points to the lead. Late in the second quarter, I stick to my go route and I beat the DB, and the quarterback throws a bomb downfield, allowing me to pick up a gain of 43 yards. Now one thing I'm good at is finding gaps in the defense, and I finished that drive off with another touchdown. Now instead of sticking to my route, I decided to fade him up The quarterback finds me open, picking up a gain of 37. And so we have no problems grabbing a win over Washington State, with the score being 49-7. And I end up winning player of the game again with another crazy stat line. Hey, I told you I'm trying to win Heisman back-to-back, and I was not joking. Tapping into the next game, we up against Boston College, and y'all see me rocking that all gray. I get my first catch early, spinning off a defender before being brought down for a gain of 22. I end up getting my first touchdown on the first drive, making the cut to get into the end zone. He throw a laser, and with that, we up 6-0. Next drive, we start off with good field position, and I add on to that, picking up this first down for a gain of 10. So we don't score on that last drive. This play, I make a cut in. Quarterback sees me open, and I take off for a gain of 22. Hey, y'all can't tell me these new uniforms ain't tough, bro. These next level. This play, I start off in motion, and I choose to stick to my route, find the open spot in the defense. Quarterback delivers it, and I pick up a nice amount of yards before being brought down. Late in the second, I choose to stick to my route, and I pick up the first down and an overall gain of 20. But the very next play, it start off rough, but I end up breaking away, making a cut inside, picking up the first down, breaking 3 defenders before being brought down for a gain of 20 again. 3 minutes left in the third quarter, I try to make my second touchdown, but I end up being brought down. I do get us in the red zone. This play, we catch the DB not set like we did in the last game. I end up completing that pass for a nice amount of yards. Now, it was closer than expected, but we do end up winning 29-14. And this is my third game in a row walking away with player of the game, with 11 receptions for 205 yards, a touchdown, and a tackle. All right, so after that win against Boston College, we had a bye week. So I took that time to go out to Chicago, and I'm on my way to the airport right now. My guy JB has his court date, and you know I got to be there to support. So that's where I'm headed. And if y'all don't know who JB is, go back and watch the first season. But hopefully today we hear some good news. I'm gonna catch up with y'all later. Alright, so after sitting in the courtroom for a very long time, it ended up being worth it because we got great news that they finally letting my guy JB free. And while he was in there, I had promised him I'd be looking out for him and his family. So of course I had something special waiting for him when he got out. I had broke him off a nice chunk of bread from that NIL money. And I ain't gonna lie, that was a great feeling knowing I could help him out and get him back on his feet. And of course he was beyond grateful. And my grandparents let me know someone else I knew had just got out of prison. Now, even though I was raised by my grandparents and we never had that father and son bond, it was still good to see my dad and talk to him after years. He basically was seeing how I was doing, and he let me know he had been hearing about how good I am at football. And I wish I could have stayed longer because it's a lot of questions that are unanswered. We got a lot of catching up to do. But unfortunately, I had to get back and catch my flight because we had an early practice that morning to get ready to go up against ASU. Alright, y'all, 4th game of the season, we ranked number 3 going up against Arizona State. My first catch of the game came late in the first quarter. That don't even matter because we beat the defense, and now we taking that to the crib, picking up our first touchdown of the night, and already giving me 80 receiving yards. I ain't gonna lie, Arizona State got some good defense. They was making sure I wasn't grabbing that. But while they was making some good contests, they still didn't find a solution, allowing me to once again beat the defense, breaking off my route and picking up my second touchdown, with this one being a 61-yard reception. Starting off in motion on this play, instead of breaking in, I choose to keep going straight, and I pick up a gain of 19. Early in the third quarter, I break off my route early, QB finds me open, I make an easy grab and add another 19 yards in my total. Later that same drive, I'm trying to get us into that end zone, so I make a cut inside, and I'm brought down in the red zone. First play of the 4th quarter, I extend my route a little bit. QB finds me open, and I pick up a decent amount of yards before being brought down. The very next play, I find an open spot in the defense. I'm able to cap that drive off with a touchdown, making the score 30-19. 3 minutes left in the 4th quarter, and I'm trying to get 4 of them things. I make a cut towards the end zone, but I'm brought down with a gain of 18. We get that dub over Arizona State, and for the player of the game, guess who? Me, with 10 receptions for 261 yards and 3 tutties. Alright, so after that win over Arizona State, we move up to the rank number 2. Now we're going up against Arizona. And as y'all can see, I make a nice play on my first grab, picking up 27 yards. Now this play, instead of cutting in, I break out. The defense actually played this one well, but it was a great ball, and I'm able to come up with that reception for 22. 3 minutes into the first quarter, I thought this was going to get picked off, but I end up making that grab for a gain of 16 yards. Later that same drive, I'm trying to get my first touchdown, so I don't stick to that comeback route, and I get close to the end zone, but end up being brought down for a gain of 16. It's all good because they know where to go when we in that red zone, so I end up catching a short pass to get us into that end zone, putting us up 2 scores over Arizona. And y'all know them comeback routes don't be going anywhere, so I choose to break off again. Quarterback looks my way, and I end up picking up that first down and a gain of 15. As y'all can see, it's a tie ball game. I'm trying to make something happen. I end up getting away from my defender, hitting the spin move, but I end up getting tripped up. Overall, picking up a gain of 18 yards. But eventually I end up getting into that end zone again, breaking off my route, and the QB throws that absolute dot to put us up 20-14. First reception of the third quarter comes off of me running down the middle and catching this pass for a gain of 21. Up 28-21, I end up stretching the lead, finding a gap in the defense and picking up another touchdown. And y'all saw this a few times in the last episode where the defense wasn't set, so I stick to my go route. QB throws a bomb and gets us into that end zone again. So of course we end up beating Arizona. I might as well stop saying it because you already know who won player of the game with nearly 300 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. Sixth game of the season, we going up against number 12 ranked Notre Dame. And I start off the game right with the quarterback throwing in my way and I catch my first body for a gain of 31 yards. And it's only right I go ahead and give y'all that replay real quick. Later that drive, I end up beating my defender off the line and pick up my first touchdown of the night, making the score 6-0. Late in the first quarter, I end up making another big play, breaking off my route early, making the reception and then taking off for a few extra yards, picking up 25 total yards. Very next play, instead of breaking in, I choose to break out and I pick up another nice amount of yards before stepping out of bounds. Game tied up late in the second quarter. Instead of me running my route, I find a gap in the defense and pick up a nice amount of yards before being brought down, putting us in great field position. Later that drive, I end up capping it off with a touchdown, finding a gap in the defense, and the quarterback throws a dot. Third quarter, now Notre Dame's up a field goal. This play started off a little rough, but I end up getting open and picking up that first down. Now this play, I end up making that same mistake of calling for the ball while I'm not open, and it results in an interception. Now luckily they didn't score on that pick and I make up for it catching this short pass and making it a big play. Spinning out of one defender, breaking off down the sideline, and stiff arming number 29 for about 5 yards, picking up 48 total yards. Now I'm trying to cap that drive off with a touchdown. I end up breaking off my route early, picking up the first down, but I end up being brought down for a gain of 13. So we score on that last drive, and this is the first play of the next drive. And I switched this up to a go route, which paid off catching my second body before being brought down for a gain of 51. Me and the QB end up catching the defense sleeping, finding a gap in the defense, and picking up another touchdown. And with that, I broke the most receiving yards in a single season. 2 minutes left into the fourth quarter, I end up adding another 6 points to the total off this short little route, and the QB throws a dot as he always does. So another win against the number 12 ranked team, and I'm gonna just let y'all take this in because it ain't nothing new. And so far, that transfer to USC looked like it was a good decision. Now we just gotta take this momentum into the next game. 7th game in, and we finally ranked number 1, going up against number 10 ranked Utah. And I start off with a nice little smooth 6 yards. 3rd and 7, and we need to convert, and I end up somewhat sticking to my route. QB goes my way, and I end up picking up that first down. And we are going up against a good defense, and I make a bad call for the ball, which as y'all can see winds up intercepted. But they don't convert on that turnover. The first pass of the second drive goes my way, and I get absolutely lit up. But at least we held on to that peel and picked up a gain of 17. At this play, instead of cutting in, I choose to break outside. The quarterback throws a dot to the sideline, and I'm able to come up with it for a gain of 25. A few plays later, we finally get that first touchdown of the game, which was made by yours truly, putting us up 6-zip against Utah. As y'all could probably guess, going up against a good team, everything ain't easy. And they made a few plays like this, stripping the ball out. 6-7 with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. We trying to get into that end zone, and that's what we do. Off of this quick, simple route, as I dive for the catch to put us up 13-6. But late in that second quarter, we would face some adversity as he throws another pick, which I could take the responsibility for. But we end up getting the ball back before the time ran out. And I don't know how they let this up, but I stick to my go route and pick up another touchdown, putting us up 2 scores right before halftime. Coming back from the half, we put together a quick drive. I finish it off with another tutty. It's the start of the third quarter, and I already got 4 touchdowns. 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, I end up picking up another reception, finding an open spot, and snagging that first down, tallying up another win against number 10 ranked Utah. And it sounds crazy, but this is one of my more chill games. 155 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 10 receptions. Now after that win against Utah, I really began to notice the impact I had and how big my name is getting. Like, this is my first time taking a picture with a fan, and man, it felt great knowing I'm getting love shown from the community now. And I'm the same guy that everybody had doubted at first. So that next week, I had signed up to give back to the community, where I was helping make meals for the less fortunate. And it always feels good to put a smile on somebody else's face. And While I was leaving that event, I saw something that put a smile on my face. Bad enough I had to do a double take. I can get lonely out here in California without a +1. But I saw my chance and I had to build up the confidence to go talk to her. Not gonna lie, y'all, I was a little nervous, but the conversation went smooth. All in all, we exchanged names and contact information, and I let her know she gotta pop out and see me play sometime. And she told me she would, so let's see if she stick to that. 8th game of the season, we up against a good Oregon State team. I'm trying to show out this game, not knowing if she in the crowd or not. But really, I ain't had nothing to worry about, cause I know I'ma always be a dog on the field. Second play of the game, I gain a little separation from the DB, and I make this catch right before stepping out of bounds. The very next play, he lined up trying to press, and I beat him off of that. The QB throws a dot straight to the end zone, where I thought this was a touchdown, but they called a flag. We wasn't tripping off that, cause the result still ended the same way, just with a different route, putting us up 6-0 over Oregon State. This next drive, I choose to stick to my go route, and the QB finds me open for a gain of 22. We ended up having to settle for a field goal, but I ended up picking up another reception, breaking in, and picking up a nice amount of yards. Second quarter, the DB make that same move, trying to press, and I break off. The QB throws a dot. I'm able to shake off one defender, and I'm on my way to the end zone, picking up my second touchdown of the night. Making the score 16 to Nathan. And I was working my defenders all night, breaking off for another big play, picking up 26 yards with this one. I end up killing them off another go route, receiving yet another bomb, and making my way to the end zone. And that defense could not hold me at all, bringing the score 23 to 3. Instead of pressing this time, they made the better decision, but it still didn't work. I still found myself wide open again, making this my 4th touchdown of the night. And as y'all could guess, I was really hoping she was in that crowd. And I had them boys so pressed, they was talking crazy. But nevertheless, man, we took that dub, of course, with your boy winning the player of the game. And to make my night even better, look who decided to show up, y'all. I just hope she pop out at the other games, too. Next game, we going up against our rivals, which is Cal. And they was talking all types of crazy before this game. So we gonna try to shut them boys up. It's late in the first quarter, and they go up a touchdown, and I pick up my first reception for a gain of 19. Confused as to why I ain't been getting the ball all game, I try to make a big play, and that's what I do, beating the defense and taking off my first touchdown of the night, putting us up 1 score above Cal. First play of that next drive, I end up getting wide open and picking up a nice amount of yards. 2 minutes left in the third quarter, I end up picking up another reception, while I somewhat stick to my route, and the QB finds me open. Very next play, instead of breaking in, I lose the DB, and the QB throws a dot, getting me into that end zone for my second touchdown, making it 34 to 14. I was getting frustrated because I was open, but I would not get the ball. Start of the fourth quarter, I take off with a full head of steam, and the QB finds me open, and I get us that much closer to the end zone. Now I add another touchdown to my stats, finding the open spot in the end zone, and the QB goes my way, putting us up 41 to 14. So despite all that talk they was doing, they still got blown out. Even though I was getting a little frustrated, we still got that dub, so I wasn't too mad. Next on our schedule, we had Stanford, and it was time to lock in. And I'm just hoping I can get more looks than the last game so I can really go out there and show out. Hey, if y'all been enjoying this episode, man, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, and comment what y'all want to see next, man. I'm trying to keep these bangers rolling out. And let me know what y'all think about me transferring to USC, man. Was it a good decision, or should I have stayed with BYU for another one? I'll start this game off great, breaking off my DB, sticking to that go route, and catching a dot, and making my way to the end zone for my first touchdown of the game, putting us up by 6 early. This play, I end up losing my defender, breaking out instead of in, and making my way to the end zone for my second touchdown, making it 13 to 0. Feeling great, man. I stick to this go route again. The QB goes my way, and I try to make a head top, but the DB broke it up, and he stared me down. And the man did make a great play on the ball, but he ain't have to try to disrespect me like that. Late in the second quarter, that same DB line up with me again, and I need my get back this time, so I take off, QB throws a bomb, and it winds up a touchdown. And after that tutty, I let him know he should have stayed quiet. I've been murdering the defense off these go routes, so I stick to it again. QB throws another dot, and I make my way to the end zone. When I see a whole lot of green, ain't nobody finna catch me. Late in the third, I catch a short pass, but make it a big play, taking off down the middle of the field, and nobody's able to catch me as I make my way to the end zone. So we do end up being Stanford 54 to 36. I win player of the game again with 5 touchdowns. Our next game is probably one of our most anticipated games throughout the season, which I know we ain't worried at all. So we got a rainy game up against Colorado. You already know it. Everybody had to pop out for this one. Ready to see that matchup between Cam Evans and Travis Hunter. First play of the game, I end up breaking in instead of breaking out on this route and pick up a nice amount of yards. A few plays later, I break off my route and I catch a laser from the QB, make a move, and I end up being brought down for a gain of 14 yards. That very next play, we going back to that deadly go route, and I beat my defender and make my way into the end zone, putting us up a touchdown against Colorado. First play on our second drive, I break out, make another reception, and I shake off a tackle from Shiloh, before stepping out of bounds for a gain of 20. I end up picking up a nice amount of yards on this play, leaving my route. QB finds me open and Shiloh Sanders makes a tackle. This play, the DB try to press. I find my way open and make a juke on Shiloh to get into the end zone, making it 13-0. Late in the second, I catch a short pass and take off down the middle, make a move, and all in all, I pick up 18 yards. End of the second quarter, trying to get another score on that board before it hit halftime, and I catch me a mean body to get us another touchdown. And y'all know I'm gonna have to run that back and give y'all that replay. 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Instead of sticking to that go route this time, I break in. Quarterback throws my way, and I end up picking up 22 yards before being brought down. So we end up taking that dub against Colorado, with the score being 45-24. And I walk away with player of the game again with 3 touchdowns off of 16 receptions and 288 yards. Now, I can't make this intro too long because I don't want to be late to the date I got set with Miss Yana. And that's the girl from the last video I had met. So yeah, I'm about to go pick her up, and I'm going to catch y'all when I get to the spot. So I took her to this nice 5-star restaurant, man. Y'all know the first impression, the best impression. And everything was going smooth as I knew it would. She had great vibes. Everything was nice. She told me more about herself and vice versa, and I really feel like I might have just found the one. Y'all know I'ma still take my time and play it safe because you never know. I must be doing something right because I made it to her Snap story. But yeah, we was really just enjoying our time, y'all. And it's crazy how it seems like when everything's going right, something just gotta go left. And that big smile on my face went away quick as I had got the worst phone call I could have answered.
A tragedy struck late tonight as we got news that Devin Brown, a high school football coach in Chicago, had been shot in crossfire and is being rushed to the hospital.
So if y'all been following me since my very first episode, y'all know how hard this news was to hear. The man that's been coaching me since I was a jit taught me so much about the game that I love and gave me a second chance for me to get where I am today. If it wasn't for him, I don't know where I'd be right now. So for me to hear about this tragedy was heartbreaking. And the worst part about it is I didn't even have time to fly to Chicago because we had an upcoming game. I still had to find a way to show love, so I wore this prayers for Coach T in our pregame against UCLA. So I come into this game with my mind all over the place, and it would show as I let up this interception on the very first play of the game. But these right here is the games that really matter, so I knew I had to tap in before it got too late. And I break off for this nice 20-yard reception. And the very next play, I'm starting to wake up. I beat my defender off the line and make another catch for 22 yards. Now it's 3rd and goal, and we have to get a touchdown, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to hold on to that. We had another 3rd down situation, but this time I'm able to come up with that 1st down, breaking away, trying to make a move and ending up with 15 yards. Still trying to put our first points on the board, I end up breaking away and picking up a nice amount of yards, getting us that much closer to the end zone. And I would be the one finishing off this drive, breaking in and catching my first touchdown, making the score 6-7. Late in the second, y'all see UCLA up 2 touchdowns, but we ain't worried as I make another nice grab, picking up 22 yards. Go my way again on the very next play, and I pick up another nice amount of yards. We do score on that last drive, putting us down 1 touchdown, and here I am, grabbing my first reception of the half. So we were able to tie the game up on that last drive, and I make a cut inside and pick up a 1st down. We score again, putting us up 1 touchdown, and now we're just milking out the clock, and I'm able to convert on a 3rd and 3 situation. So I end up beating my DB off of this play, and I call for the ball thinking he gonna throw it up, but nah, he throws a dot straight to the defense, giving UCLA a chance to tie it up. But luckily they didn't score, and we was able to run the clock out, taking that dub over our rival. And I didn't win player of the game, but I did have 10 catches for 170 yards and 1 receiving touchdown. Pac-12 championship game, we going up against number 6 ranked Washington, and I couldn't have started off any better catching this body for my first reception of the game. The very next play, the QB goes my way again as I make my way open, taking off 1 tackle before being brought down for a gain of 26 yards. Back-to-back big plays, and I keep that streak going as I find my way open again, making the defender miss and adding on another 26 yards. And the streak is still alive as I try to get into the end zone, but I end up being brought down just short. And I'm really feeling it this game as I break off my route, QB finds me open, and I make a diving catch. Now the score is tied up, and I know y'all missed that old BYU camp where I used to murder teams on these kickoff returns. So just for y'all, man, I brought it back as I take off down the sideline, being set up with great block. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to crib this one because I stepped out of bounds. I still returned it for 68 yards. So starting off in great field position, I end up breaking away from my defender and picking up my first touchdown of the night, putting us up 14-7. Started the 3rd quarter, man, Washington is up 21-14, but I changed that as I break away from my defender and beat everyone down the field into that end zone, tying the game up. Crunch time, and the score is 21-21. I don't know how they lit this up, but we ain't complaining as I get another touchdown. Up 7 points against Washington, I end up breaking away for another nice game. I guess the DB forgot about me, but I end up picking up 54 yards. And I've been cooking number one all night, and it don't stop there as I get open again for another touchdown to put us up 2 scores over Washington. Hey man, I know they coach gonna have some words for them because I don't know how they keep getting burnt, but I find myself open again and add another tutty. So we win the Pac-12 championship, beating Washington 49-35. And I win player of the game with over 350 yards, 12 receptions, and 5 touchdowns. So of course we grabbed that trophy, but now it's time for the game that really matters. So I'm gonna need y'all to run this video up, share it, like it, do whatever you gotta do. And we gonna hop into the NCAA championship. But pause it right now and comment if y'all think we won or lost. So we up against number 2 ranked Texas A&M, and we trying to get that chip. So my first catch of the game comes off of me breaking off my route, losing my defender, hitting a double juke before being brought down for a gain of 24. My second reception looked a lot like my first one, but this time I was able to get into that end zone, putting us up 6-0. We ended up scoring again off of our second drive. Now this is the third, and I end up picking up a short reception for 13 yards. This play the DB tried to press, and I showed him why that was a bad decision, breaking off for a gain of 42 before being brought down. Very next play, I finished it off, breaking in on my route and picking up another touchdown. So A&M finally scores, putting them down 2 touchdowns, but I quickly changed that as I catch this bad ball and take it into the end zone for a 60-yard touchdown. Late in the second quarter, I end up losing my defender and catch a dot from the QB for a gain of 27. One play later, I break off from this go route, pick up another catch, and break a few tackles for a gain of 19. 24-28, I stick to my go route, fake like I'm cutting in, and the QB finds me open for another big game. Yeah, I'm definitely showing out for this championship. Late in the third quarter, I break off my route and pick up a first down, and they get away with a face mask. Up 4 points late in the third, I end up faking out the DB again and finding myself open for a huge game, almost taking that one to the crib. So we end up winning all the way through, man, going undefeated throughout the whole season. It felt good seeing that confetti fall when I was at BYU, but this feeling was even better winning the biggest game of our college career. And I went player of the game with 11 receptions for 317 yards and 3 tutties. And I'm really looking forward to running it back next season with these boys. Now, as far as my awards go, let me go ahead and get into that real quick. So yes, I did win the Heisman again. I won this trophy, the Robert Maxwell Award, and last but not least, the Walter Camp Award. So if I can remain healthy, I definitely gonna be seeing me in the next level. But thank y'all so much for tapping into this season, man. I appreciate it more than y'all even know. And meanwhile, I'll be getting ready for my 3rd season. I'm gonna need y'all to run this video up. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And with that being said, let me catch y'all in the next one. Peace.